Hey nail besties, welcome back. We are finally here with Attain Cosmetics. I think it's Attain. Anyway, I'll say it both ways throughout the video, but I think I've heard Liz say it's Attain. This is Liz from the Nail Hubs brand, and she has been a pioneer in nail allergy awareness for many, many years. So I am super grateful to her. I remember when I first got my allergy, I immediately started binge watching all of her videos, especially the ones with Jim McConnell. And it was thanks to her that I was able to feel some sense of not being alone on the internet and get answers to some questions that nobody else wanted to answer. I'm glad that she finally has her own brand, and so I could not wait to try it out. I have fully recovered from my last flare-up thanks to Miss Melody Susie. And I don't know if y'all saw my shorts on this, but these are press-ons. And I have them over 2 layers of dip powder. And it's been almost 4 weeks, you guys. Look at this. And they are on. Like, this is the longest I've had press-ons. I've always hated press-ons because they would usually pop off within like 3-4 days. But this is seriously the key to press-ons. I don't even ever keep my nails on this long because I usually get bored of them. I really figured I had to let myself fully recover this time before I tried anything else. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now these press-ons were bonded so strongly that I actually had to file them off like it was a gel-X set instead of press-ons. All right, and here they are. We're just going to throw some cuticle oil on and let them rest until tomorrow when I ultimately do the application. See you then.
Tomorrow.
Now we're going to be using the Melody Susie Soft Gel Tips in Medium Almond. I absolutely love the shape, the length, and I really like the tips. They are pre-etched, but I go ahead and etch them anyway. We're going to go ahead and apply a very thin layer of Attain Adhesion. And this goes on kind of like a builder gel consistency. I'm a really huge fan of the consistency of this. It's very easy to work in either thin or thick layers. And my pro tip when you're working with your non-dominant hand is to use a liner brush. And this is Attain's, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It is so easy to use. And this way you can just make sure the product goes exactly where you want it to and that you are not flooding your sidewalls or your cuticle. All right, and here we are. We've got a thin layer of adhesion on, and now we're going to go ahead and apply adhesion to the inside of our etched tip. And the amount kind of varies with each product, and you kind of have to get the hang of it each time. So we're going to go ahead and do a swiping motion here, and I do this because it helps distribute the gel so that you're not flooding the cuticles. You will see I did have some overflow here, but that's why I always leave my natural nail a little longer past the free edge. That way, if there is overflow, it's just going to end up on my nail and not on my skin. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for my middle finger, except this time you will see I am using significantly less product, and this should make for a perfect application. When you're first using a new product, it really is all trial and error. But I was right because this was an absolutely flawless application and no spillage, no overflow whatsoever. And for the record, this little dot right here is just trauma to my nail from when I dropped a piece of furniture on it. All right, so I wanted to show you guys here. I don't usually record all of the nails, but I wanted to be transparent to show that errors can happen, mistakes do happen. And as you can see here, I flooded pretty bad. The thumb is probably one of the hardest ones to get the ratio correct, especially when you just start out with a new product. So what we're going to do is we're going to clip that away before we do the full cure. See, it just comes right off. Now I'm just using a swab that is dipped in a mixture of alcohol and acetone to get anything remaining off of my skin before I go in with the final cure. I am curious, however, now that I've got it on my skin, if I will have a reaction to this. All right, so first thing we're gonna do before we file or anything is we're gonna go in with Attain Shine as per Liz's instructions. And we're gonna go ahead and carefully put this on the bottom. So this kind of just seals everything to prevent any moisture from getting in. Gives it a seamless look and then also helps with dirt, debris, and anything else that may get stuck down there. If your lamp has a reflective bottom, you can cure normally, but if it doesn't, then cure upside down. There, now the transition looks much more seamless, and you will see there's no product whatsoever on my skin. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and seal. This is really hard to do on camera. Then with a larger sanding band, you're gonna go ahead and remove all of the shine from the nail. If you don't do this, your entire design will come off. Using a lint-free wipe and the cleanser solution from Light Elegance, I'm going to remove all of that dust, and here we go, ready for color application. I have to say, this pink is not only absolutely stunning, but it just glides on there. It's such an easy product to control because it's not a super thin consistency, but it's not like too thick or goopy to where it makes it hard to work with or it becomes kind of like a builder gel. This really is just the perfect consistency, and it's really easy for it not to end up on your skin. But once again, because I'm using my non-dominant hand, I want to go ahead and make sure that I get every nook and cranny because I just absolutely love that seamless, it's growing out of your nail look. I hate leaving a gap, even though if you have an allergy, you really should leave a gap because it's less likely for the product to come in contact with your skin. But I'm not doing that. So do as I say, not as I do. All right, and here we are, 2 coats. She's absolutely stunning. A little more pink than what I would normally go for, but it's a great French base. Let's French. Now, I really like the consistency of these. They are pretty thick at about right here. This is really hard to do while on camera because normally I would just kind of bring it close to my face. Okay, here it is, and I definitely brought that smile up way too high, higher than I would like, but I'm not redoing it now, so we're going with it. Now let's go in with Attain Shine, which is their top coat, and I really love the consistency of this. It's like a rubber-based top coat. And once it dries and it's fully cured, it still feels kind of rubbery. I actually really like how that feels, so not a problem. We're gonna just do some finish filing.
I love you too, Mama.
Thanks, I hate it. I definitely made that way too thick. Here is my right hand. Literally took me half the time. But yeah, overall, really, really enjoy working with these. I think they're great. And I'll keep checking in throughout the week and see how it goes.
1 day later.
All right, y'all, so here we are. This is the next day, and it is looking good. No reaction, no tingle, no itching. However, I absolutely hate this manicure. Like, it just did not turn out good. And I considered redoing it, but honestly, it's fine because no one's perfect. We all have bad manis that we look at and just absolutely hate. My kid was in the room, so we do what we can. And sometimes you just have bad manis, and that happens, and that's okay. So here we are, but glad to report no reaction yet. I will check back in tomorrow.
2 days later.
All right, so here we are, day 3. I totally forgot to film day 2, my bad, but here's how we're looking. We are looking really, really good. So by now I would have reacted. I can confidently say that this product did not cause me a reaction. Full disclosure though, I did have my right thumb pop off. I don't typically ever test for retention, honestly, because I swap my nails out so often that I couldn't care less. But if that is something that matters to you, I just wanted to be fully transparent. However, again, I don't think it's a product issue. The rest have been just fine. This also happened the first time I ever used Light Elegance. Actually, all of them pretty much popped off like the second day. But I have not had that happen since. So again, maybe it's just because it's my first time using a product. It could totally be user error. Liz has made an amazing, amazing product. All right, so final thoughts. We are here on day 4, 5, anywho, no reaction. I am very, very impressed with this brand. I knew I would be because, hello, it's Liz from the Nail Hub. I just knew that her product was absolutely going to slap, and it does. I think what I'm really most impressed by is Adhesion. This is such a versatile base coat because it could be used as a bonder for soft gel tips as I used it. It could be used as a regular base coat that just adds strength to your natural nail. It's very much builder gel consistency. I'm also extremely impressed with the art brush. I think it's probably my favorite brush. Very comparable to the Light Elegance stripey brush, but to be honest, I think I like Attaine's better. And I still don't know if I'm saying it right. Attain, whatever. The white is super pigmented, one coat coverage, perfect for French. I hate that I sucked so bad at this French manicure. Like, I've done super detailed nail art and I'm bested by a simple French, but it definitely was not the product's fault. I just was not on my A game. I had my kid, my toddler on me. I had 20 minutes to do this, and I really did not want to keep delaying getting this video out because I've been receiving so many requests to try Attain and anything for you guys. So even though the manicure itself kind of sucks, the products do not. And I very highly recommend these. Again, not sponsored by any brands. This is all my true and honest opinion. Now, this is a very new brand, so her color selection is still a little bit limited, but I'm very excited to place my next order, and I cannot wait to see what she does with this line in the future. I really hope that there will be some artistic stuff coming out, maybe some cat eyes, some chromes, you know, fun things, because I'm honestly really tired of hypoallergenic brands just having super boring stuff. So I really hope that Liz kind of hones in on that a little bit and gives us more than just, you know, your basic plain colors. But so far, Attain is absolutely crushing it. I cannot wait to see what she does in the future. All right, well, that was all for this one. Let me know if you have tried Attain or are going to try Attain down in the comments if this was helpful to you. It would really be helpful to me if you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos and product reviews. I've got some big stuff coming up for the fall that I can't wait to share with you guys. You know, like, comment, engagement, all the good stuff so that my videos can get pushed out to more people so that there are no new besties in the allergy club. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.